Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ask Zack. The first one actually filmed here in 2025. If you've noticed, we are switching to Sunday nights as opposed to Wednesday nights during the rest of the year. That'll probably switch back at some point around July. But Ask Zack is going to be a little bit less frequent. When I have time to do them, when I have good questions and good topics to talk about, we will talk about it. But today we're talking about stealing! People stealing my content. Here on YouTube, on the internet really, it kind of is a thing that just happens. If you have a popular Instagram page, your photos are probably going to get copied or screenshotted. It's even easier. Here on YouTube, I haven't dealt with too many issues of people stealing my content, but there definitely have been some. And so I'm going to kind of walk you guys through A, what that's like, B, my reasoning or feelings on it, and things of that nature. Something that someone who doesn't produce content doesn't really have to worry about or think about. So this is just my personal experience. So first we'll talk about the instances where I'm totally okay with it. People like the collector car feed, I have given them the green light of any footage they need. They don't even need to talk to me, just use it in their videos. And you'll see a lot of their videos are comprised of footage of mine, but the reason they get a pass is A, I know them, we've talked about it, it's been, there's been a back and forth there, there's a relationship there. I really like those guys, I like their content, and they just need B-roll of cars that they're talking about. They're not going out and filming things, and I am. And the biggest thing is that they add their own commentary over it. So they're not just reposting my reviews, which you would think, obviously. But there have been instances where people have reposted my reviews without editing them, without changing a single thing. They just rip the video off YouTube and then put it back up. That's it. So like the collector car feed, I've sent footage to tons of other YouTubers. There was a period during COVID where I actually got hit up by like big names, like review accounts with over 1 million followers asking to use some footage from some of my videos because they were doing like top 10 lists and stuff when everyone was locked down during COVID and we couldn't go out and film. And 9 times out of 10, really like 9.9 times out of 10, I say yes to that stuff. If a creator comes to me or emails me or messages me and says, hey, I'm working on this project about Oldsmobiles, and I'd really like to use a clip from your Oldsmobile Quad 442 video. If they take the time to ask and outline what it is or whatever, I'm totally down for it because I know how hard it is to get footage. I'm very fortunate where I've reviewed, I think as of today, it's like over 1,700 cars. And if you just need a clip of a bumper or, a side shot of the car, like by all means, because that isn't taking away from what my content is. Someone can watch whatever video my content is used in and my review and get two different things out of it. It's two separate pieces of content that just share a clip where, like I said, there are channels out there that have just copied and pasted my reviews. It happened with my Cybertruck review several times. And luckily, YouTube as a system is very good at notifying me. I'll get like an email or message and say, hey, we think this person is using one of your videos, and then I'll go and click on it, and it's just a ripoff of my video. And so what I do in those situations, as a creator, you're given 3 options. You can basically have the video removed immediately. You can request the video to be removed within 7 days. Or I think you can contact YouTube support and have them figure something out, whatever. I always do the 7-day removal because it's not that big of a deal. 9 times out of 10, actually 10 out of 10 times that it's happened to me, the review that gets reposted has way less views. They get like 10 views or something like that. And I just want to be courteous of the people too. They might not have known that it was stolen, if that makes sense. And so give them the benefit of the doubt. I always hit, hey, give them a 7-day notice. They could take it down, and then it's not a copyright strike on them because I know that could be pretty detrimental. The times where it's somewhat of a gray area is when people use big chunks of my videos and my commentary. I've had people, they do their own separate review. This happened once with a Prius, actually. But then when talking about the infotainment, they just cut in my portion of the infotainment video. That one I did request the section to be removed because YouTube does allow you to like cut out a section as well. And I think the guy just ended up taking the video fully down, or guy or gal or whoever it was. On the flip side of that, I actually got a copyright notice that my entire automatic seatbelt video was used in this other video. And I went to it, and it was just an older gentleman. He was doing like some big shop lecture. And they were talking about safety stuff in cars. And he was like, yeah, I found this video on YouTube, and plays it in the video. And so now I'm ripping his video that ripped mine. See, that's how the internet works. It's whatever. But I didn't... YouTube asked me if I wanted to copyright strike him, if I wanted to request video removal, and I'm like, it's educational. That video did pretty well on its own. I don't think I lost out on any big number of views or anything like that, so I didn't even do anything with that. Long story short, if you want to use some of my footage for a project that you're working on, email me. Message me on Instagram. Just mention something and say, hey, this is what I'd like to do. Would you mind if I used your footage for this? I'm working on this project, whatever it might be. Just let me know. It's a big courtesy thing when using other people's footage, just to reach out to them. Funny enough, I actually had a clip from my first my first ever GTO video was actually used in a auction TV show. One of those TV shows where they go to auctions and highlight 4 or 5 different things. It was hosted by a comedian, Bill Engvall, something like that. And their team actually reached out to me and asked, and I had to like sign the paperwork for all this stuff, paperwork, but I had to sign this stuff saying, hey, I let them use this one single clip from that. So that's that. Hope you guys found that somewhat interesting. If you have more questions, leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.